The biting wind whipped at John's thin coat as he stood on the precipice, the chasm yawning below. He'd come here to end it all, the culmination of years of quiet despair. The city lights, usually a source of cold indifference, now seemed to mock him with their distant, glittering indifference. He'd pictured this moment 1,000 times, the final plunge into oblivion, a release from the crushing weight of his loneliness. He gripped the railing, knuckles white, his breath misting in the frigid air. He closed his eyes, picturing his mother's face, her kind smile, the warmth of her hand in his. He hadn't thought of her in years, the memory buried under layers of pain and regret. A sob escaped his lips, a sound lost in the howling wind. Then he heard it, a faint, almost imperceptible sound, a whimper. He opened his eyes, his gaze sweeping the desolate landscape, and then he saw it, a small, shivering dog, huddled against a rock, its fur matted with ice. Its eyes, wide and pleading, met his. John felt a jolt, a strange, unfamiliar warmth spreading through his chest. He slowly lowered his hands from the railing, the icy metal no longer a symbol of his despair. He carefully climbed down the embankment, the ground uneven and treacherous under his feet. The dog watched him, its whimpers growing softer. Reaching the creature, John knelt, offering a hesitant hand. The dog hesitated, then licked his fingers tentatively. He felt a surge of something he hadn't felt in years. Hope. He wrapped the dog in his coat, the warmth of its small body against his surprisingly comforting. He didn't know where he would go, what he would do, but he knew one thing. He couldn't leave this creature to die. As he walked away from the edge, the city lights seemed less distant, less mocking. He still had a long road ahead, but the darkness had lessened, a single small light flickering in the vast expanse of his despair, a light born from the unexpected warmth of a shivering dog.